Hi everyone, welcome back. In this video I want to make a small tracking project, and with the help of this video we are gonna understand the basic logic of the tracking algorithm in image processing. What I'm planning basically in this video, there are two real world examples, which is the first one is the highway video. I'm gonna select a car inside this video and I'm expecting the code is gonna successfully track that car accordingly. Also, the other example, there's a billiard example in here. I'm gonna select the ball accordingly and I'm expecting the code is gonna track that ball until it stops. Okay, so these are the example I'm planning to use, and also the classes I'm gonna use, I'm gonna get the help of the OpenCV library, and these classes in my latest videos in my YouTube channel are related with these tracking classes. Also, people who are not yet watching them, maybe they can watch first and back to this video again. So for example, for this video I'm gonna get the help of this optical flow or farmback optical flow. They are gonna be enough for our cases. Okay, we can switch to the code part. We are gonna code, I'm gonna code from the zero also, so we can understand if we get any error we can see together. And also my target, maybe after this is gonna be the basic project, then after this is done successfully we can make an advanced project by using a GUI interface with the help of QML. For another video maybe we can make more advanced tracking project. Okay, the first one we are gonna call the our video, which is we need to give the path inside this video capture. So I'm expecting you also little knowing about the OpenCV library, otherwise if you directly watch this video maybe you can get little difficulties. Okay, and I'm gonna need some frame. Okay, this is my first frame, and I need some named window, so for just testing, so seeing the results. So this can be the name as frame, and it's gonna be the normal window. And now we need to call the tracking class optical flow class in OpenCV, which is we are gonna use. Maybe we can start with the farmback optical flow, and here we are gonna use optical flow is equal to just calling farmback and create. So I'm gonna use the default parameters which is in here. So if we are not happy with the results, then we can update the parameters. Default values are most of the times are enough. So yeah, as I said, if we are not happy with the results we can update the parameters. And the next we need to create the while loop, and inside this while loop I'm gonna read the cap.read. I'm gonna read each frame of the video, and if it is successful it's gonna enter to the loop. And after that, since these optical flow classes are accepting as grayscale one channel images, so we need to convert our frame into the just CVT color, convert it, just frame input, frame output, and just convert it into the from BGR to gray, which is in here. Okay, so we already converted that. And the next we need to call this class of just calculate, and here is gonna take, there are three parameters we need to give as input. The first is gonna be the previous frame, so we need to give two frames so it can compare and it can give us the motion information. The previous frame, the current frame, and the output, which is including the motion vectors inside. Okay, these are the three parameters we need to give. So we need to add one more previous frame, previous frame, and also we need to give as flow out. Okay, so these are the three things we need to give as input: the frame, previous frame, the first one, previous frame, and flow out. Okay, so these are the output we are gonna deal with. And the next one is gonna be our, so we didn't yet define this previous frame. At the end of the loop, each loop at the end is gonna equal to frame.clone. Clone is better always. So we are assigning this, and if and only if the previous frame is valid, then it should enter into this if loop. Otherwise, because the first loop, it shouldn't enter here because the previous frame is not yet assigned. Okay. After that, what this flow out is including, before talking about that, maybe we need to create our two for loops, which is gonna help us to reach each pixels inside the image. So for that purpose, maybe not the I, but starting with Y, because this is gonna be the y-axis smaller than frame dot rows. Row is representing the y-axis, y plus plus, and for integer x is equal to 0, x smaller than frame dot columns, and x plus plus. So okay, now inside this here we can reach each pixels of the frame. How we are gonna reach? First of all, this flow out is including information for each pixel inside the image. Which information it is including? For each pixel, if there is a motion in that pixel, it's including a data kind of point. Maybe like this we can talk about, just CV point to F, and this is gonna be the name, just maybe this is, we can call distance vector. Why I'm calling as distance, we are gonna understand now. The next is gonna be this flow out dot add and CV point 2f, and here the also the part which I don't like, if you are using at, then you need to use opposite logic. For example, normally point is, if you define a point, you need to put x and y accordingly, which is the expected one, but if you are using at, you need to put y then putting x. Do not ask why, because they implemented in this way. So if you are using at, think oppositely about the coordinate system. And yeah, what this distance vector is including, so for each pixel, this is gonna give us, if there is any motion, it's gonna give us the two x and the y distance from that point. So basically this is doing this. Maybe after seeing the result, we can understand more clearly what actually this is including. The next I'm planning is just give me a line, draw a line inside this frame from point 1, which is gonna be my point, just which point we are dealing with now, x and the y. Then also the next is gonna be the point x plus distance vector, since this is a distance, then accordingly the same for the y point, y and the y. Okay, then the next is color, since this is a grayscale, so we can make it 0, and thickness can be a 1, and okay, so it's gonna draw the line from if there is any motion previous frame. So all we need to do is just seeing the result at the end. Im show frame and frame CV weight key 0. So I need to press to the keyboard to see the results, and all is done. I think we didn't miss anything. Let's see the result. Okay, the first is coming with no problem because it didn't enter here for the first enter time of the loop, and I'm pressing to the keyboard now. Okay, all is black. Why all is black? Maybe it's trying to draw a line for each pixel even there is no motion. That's my assumption. So just put an if case here, and this if case, so we need a check here, this not distance but length of vector, length of vector. Okay, this is equal to, so we can use the norm function of OpenCV and it's gonna give us just 2 points we need to give, which is x and y we are dealing with, and the second point we can subtract, which is gonna be this one. And with the help of this, all we need is just check this length. If it is bigger than, let's say, 5 pixel, then draw the line. So maybe it's gonna filter the noise. Okay, now I'm okay, at least it's working now. But it's not working as expected. These are, I'm sure they are wrong. Why it's working that way? Previous frame. Yeah, we are drawing line inside the frame, then we are using the previous frame as frame. So we should use the pure frame. For that purpose, just after the frame is converted, we need to keep a new frame, keep previous frame. So frame.clone. Hope this is the problem. So we are using this after all is done. We are using the pure, the first frame. And let's see the result one more. Okay. Okay. Now the ball is moving and it's following that, and it's also moving. Yes, I think it's working, but why it's not detecting always? Because we are using this 5. If we make this, let's say 1, very small, even very small motions we are saying detect. Okay, you see now there is many noise also. Maybe we can make 2. Let's try. There are still noises around, but yeah, our target first of all the ball. So there are still some noises, but we can eliminate them later. At least now it's working, but yeah, of course I still know we need to talk about this flow out, what actually it's doing, because maybe for some of you it's not clear. For that I want to show for each 5 pixel, because there are many lines, so we don't see any motion vector inside the image. Let's see now. Let's see. Okay. Seems still much. Let's make it 15 maybe. So we are just missing some pixels to see the results, to be able to understand. Yeah, actually these are the vector. For example, for this pixel there is a calculated distance inside this flow out. We are just adding this point. Actually it's point, but as I said, it's distance. How far from this pixel the vector? For example, 2 to the right, which is x is representing 2 pixel, and the y I think 6 maybe. So 2 and 6 coming in the output of this for this pixel. So we are just adding them into here and we are drawing the line. This is basically doing that job. I think it's clear. So we can back to the first part. Now yeah, now we understood the logic and we see at least some logical results. Now what I'm planning is, my plan is, let me show you. Now I want to select the place I want to track. For example, I want to track this white billiard ball, so I need to select here in somehow, and I want to track it. How it's gonna be happen? First of all, I'm gonna create a bool, which is row E selected, and it's gonna be false defaultly. Then okay, it can convert it, but for this part or this part, yeah, if and only if row is selected, then you should enter here. Otherwise, select the row. How is gonna happen? Maybe also for this one we can put here, no need to be there. So here we need to define also rectangle in the globally. In here, CV rectangle, because it's gonna keep the target object rectangle which we are gonna select manually. Okay, this target select target rectangle is equal to CV select ROI, and here we just need to give the frame, which is, we are still in the loop, right? Okay, frame, and just select the ROI, and after that we need to assign the ROI selected as true, so it doesn't enter here again. After we select the ROI, we get the rectangle, and my target do not check all the image anymore, just select, just check the target ROI, just target rectangle dot y, this is starting point of the rectangle, and target rectangle dot height, since this is y-axis, and similarly target rectangle dot x and target rectangle dot width, and all is done, I think. Let's try. This is the ROI selector. I'm choosing my ball and just click. Let's see the result. Okay, we didn't see any change. Why it happened like that? Target rectangle is equal to select ROI frame. Okay, we are using as this one. Maybe there is no motion in that time. Let's try one more. Maybe select little bigger. Okay, there is still nothing. Okay, this is not expected. What we are missing here, ROI is selected, frame, on the frame we are getting the target rectangle, and after ROI is selected, I think this is coming correctly with no problem. I'm just thinking, oh, wait a minute, this target X is correct, but width is, of course we need to add this X as plus, because this is the correct points it's starting, but the of course this never enter this loop, because height is the height is working as the coordinate axis, but it's not, so we need to add the starting point, the corner point, to the width and height. Now it will work, I'm sure. Let's detect here and see. Okay, you see in here there were some motions, but yeah, always in this area we are checking now. I just wanted to show, I wanted to see if this select ROI is working fine. Now it's working fine. Just I want to name the window for the, what was the name, because it was not destroying automatically ROI selector. Also I want to make this bigger size. Now I cannot, just ROI selector. Okay, now see again, now I can make this bigger, and yeah, I want to destroy also this one. What I meaning, I want to destroy the window, sorry, CV destroy window, and here just write ROI selector. Let's try one more, then we can continue, because I want to make it clear. Just check here, I'm clicking to the, just press to the keyboard, and it's destroying to the other window, and it continues. So it's just focusing to the rectangle we are drawing. Okay, so this was the first point. The next is I want to update this target rectangle. This part can be a little complicated. We are already checking if this is length of the vector is bigger than 2. In here I want to keep how many times is entering here for the ball, the first of all. So here, before entering to the, not before entering to do, but let me think. I want to update this rectangle, and yeah, of course, before the for loop we need to define some parameters. The first one is gonna keep the coordinate of the x-axis, and the second one is gonna keep the y coordinate sum. What I'm planning, actually, maybe I can tell that after selecting the rectangle, target rectangle, my expectation is after this flow out example given and entering to this if case, I'm planning to use the new vector. What I'm meaning is, just to show you what is my plan, maybe I can make here again like this, so I can show you. Let's select a bigger one. Okay, now for example, ignore these ones because these are belonging to this stick, but we are gonna select this, right? And let's assume this rectangle is updating and following the ball, or just imagine this ball starts from here. You see one line, but there are many vector lines in here is gonna be, because we are now eliminating, and here my plan is start from here, okay? But now I want to consider the new starting points. Now this is this one, but now I'm gonna consider here for all the motion vectors. I want to consider the end of the lines. For this one, there's one more here, I'm sure, and I'm gonna use end of that one. So I'm gonna get the all end of the line pixels, and I'm gonna get an average of the x and the y coordinates of them, and I'm gonna update my target rectangle again. Maybe after continue, maybe you will understand more clearly. Okay, the next one, my expectation is here x coordinates sum plus and equal to, here the new is gonna be x plus distant vector x. So this is gonna be my new, so I'm just summing it into the coordinate sum, and similarly for the y-axis. So okay, and after this is done, also I need to know how many times it's entering into here, so I need to keep a counter here, vector counter maybe. So this vector counter is needed to be increased in here every time. So everything is done in this part. The next, I think it's gonna be at the end of the for loop. Yeah, it's gonna be out of the for loop, and we need to make a simple check in here. Maybe if the vector count is not equal to 0. If it is 0, just do not enter here. Here I want to update my target rectangle. So because I don't want to change the width, just I need to change x and y, because the selecting rectangle for now no need to change. Maybe for different cases we can change it. So it's gonna basically just get the coordinate sum divided by vector count, and this is because I'm just thinking a little bit. Okay, also we need to change, yeah, this is divided, this is little middle, it's gonna so the x will be the starting point of the rectangle, is gonna be kind of middle in the ball, so we need to subtract the target rectangle width. Okay, and just copy the same and do same for the height, y coordinate sum, and it's gonna be the height. So we are now updating the target rectangle, okay, I want to see my rectangle also. How we are gonna see? First of all, before showing the frame, maybe we can make a simple rectangle. This is gonna work. draw it into the frame, and the rectangle, my target rectangle, and then draw it in white color, and thickness can be 2. Okay, previous frame. So the first time we are gonna see it after the row is selected, we are gonna see the row selection. Let's see, let's run the code. Okay, let's draw this. We already draw, but I'm worried we still, this is 15. Of course we need to make this. Okay, now let's try again. Okay, my selecting done. Then the first time it enter here, there is no line now. This is the first entering, there is no previous frame now. Let's continue. After pressing the key, it continues. Okay, now what happened to my rectangle? That's the point. Let's try. If vector is not equal to 0, we are just coordinate sum. Maybe this is, we can decrease it. It's cause of that, I don't know. Let's try one more, and let's see. Okay. Oh, what's happening here? Oh, we selected there, but it's going somewhere else. What's going on here? So basically we are just getting the coordinates, distance vector. I want to see what is my new target rectangle X and target rectangle Y, and so we can decide that we can see what's happening here. And so okay, let's try again. Let's draw. So it's 300, which is the expected, I think. And okay, what is 300 here? So it's going here, and okay, sorry. So X coordinate sum, so this should be Y. That's why we are making mistake. Let's see again. Let's, okay, select again, and it's coming here, but still going to the opposite direction. Still something wrong, I think. Y coordinate sum, distance vector Y, and okay, maybe we need to make here, because this is somehow the double point, so maybe it's mixing in there. And we are making length of the vector accordingly. Frame, we are not using frame again. Let's see one more. Let's select it. It's little going to the other side directly. Actually is, as you can see, it's working. Just drawing rectangle is wrong then. Target rectangle. Okay, target rectangle height. Oh, okay, we made a mistake again, I think. Why? Because we need to subtract the middle, the half of the width and height. So okay, let's say again. Because maybe there is many noise in here, or we need to select very well. That's why maybe it's happening. Let's try again. Okay, now something happening which is good for us. but I didn't like these things. The first thing I want to do is just apply a median filter, because there are many noise, so I didn't like it. So let's add a noise first of all, decreasing the noise. And okay, after this, let's continue one more. Select the ball and let's do it again. Do not focus is little coming from the other side, because somehow we are maybe making some mistake about this rectangle. But I think you understood the logic. What we are doing is we are just updating the rectangle. We are just trying to update this rectangle. First of all, I'm selecting this. Then the first rectangle is this one. We are saying track this. Then after that, when the first time it started to the moving, then there are some new vector motions coming. So we are getting the end of the lines, end of the point, the end of the lines. There are some points, we are getting them, and we are updating this rectangle. So this is gonna somehow give us the perception of the tracking. So actually we are tracking with this. So this is working like this. There of course there are some needed updates to make it more perfect, but I want to see the result in for highway video. For this video, let's see the result for there, and let's select this car here. This is really slow because we are using the slow class of the optical flow. Also this video is really high resolution, but the point you see is still tracking, so it's working fine also in this video. Actually we reached to the target, but I want to make it little beautiful then end this video, because this video is also really longer. What I want to do is just first of all remove this C out. I don't want to see them. I want to use a good result video, so just create a new result, and here before converting to the gray I want to create a new format, which is gonna be my result is equal to frame.clone again. So this result is gonna be, I want to draw all this middle point of the rectangle as a line inside the video, so we can get the tracking line of the objects. That's my target now. Okay, what I'm gonna do now, I want to do that in here, but I want to create a different function, because below is getting crowded. It's gonna return math and draw tracking path maybe, and just it's gonna take a vector of the points. Okay, points, and the other one is gonna get the frame. Op. Maybe this video a little longer, but at least we are I don't want to directly show you the code, so even we get some errors, we are fixing them together. Okay, so inside this I want to for each points size, and okay, why you complain, let's put integer. And now we need the previous frame, previous point again, just point previous point, because the first time it entered there is no reference line to the draw, and we are gonna draw a line, but if I is not equal to 0, just enter, because it shouldn't enter for the first time. At the end, previous point should equal to points dot I. Now we can draw the line, CV line, and frame, and point 1 is gonna be the previous point, and point 2 is gonna be this one, the current point, and color, I want a yellow color, which is this one, and thickness 2 is enough, I think. And at the end it's gonna return frame. Okay, I think this is enough. This is gonna just draw the path of the object, moving object. Is there any wrong? Nothing. Okay. Here done. So draw tracking path. Also here I need a vector which is gonna keep my points, tracking points maybe. So I'm gonna fill this inside here. Just that push back. I think this one I need because this is just gonna be corner. So CV point, first one and the second one, this is gonna be Y. So we are pushing, and finally just result, and I wanna see result, I think, but just calling draw is returning as math type. So just call this one and put inside tracking points and give the result. Okay, hopefully it's gonna directly work. Let's try. Let's starting from here. This one is gonna be the okay. Yeah, you see now is tracking, is drawing the line, drawing the path successfully. Yeah, let's start from 0. I want to select another car. We didn't start with the billiard example, but it's okay. Maybe I want to detect this one now. Let's more smaller and see how it works. It started, and this is slow because of this video resolution is really high, and we are using the Optical Flow class in OpenCV, the slowest one. Maybe we are using almost is little here confused. It started, it switched to the other car. As I said, it needed some optimization, of course. Let's back to the billiard example. So okay, let's select our ball. Okay, it's tracking successfully, I think. By the way, this logic I didn't see anywhere. This is my method. I just wanted to use this one. There are many algorithms you can design, many methods you can use, but this logic at least is meaningful. It's not, it's gonna work. For example, you see here it's working, it's perfectly drawing the path of this billiard ball, so it's working fine. For this video is longer, by the way, sorry for that, but at least even we make mistake, we fix it together. And thanks for watching. For that, I think there will be second video of this project, and it's gonna be more advanced, and we are gonna make some optimizations, and we are gonna be better in that. Thanks for watching. See you in the next videos.